Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm Burnie Burns.
It's here. The end times have come. The PC Master Race has fallen, at least.
Far the great have
It
fallen.
sounds like the case if you've been listening to all the people who are practically dripping foam on their keyboards as they decry the announcement that Valve's Steam Workshop is beginning to support paid mods for games starting with Skyrim.
Now, Skyrim is almost 4.5 years old and really doesn't feel like that. And sure, there were some expansions early on that helped keep it going that were put out by Bethesda, but really the credit for keeping the game fresh and interesting for almost half a decade goes to the mod community.
And the Elder Scrolls games, all of them really have a long history of supporting that awesome mod community. I mean, starting with Morrowind, Bethesda shipped tools with the game itself, and a few years ago, they also started distributing Skyrim tools via Steam Workshop. Look, they're so accessible, I've made mods. They're crap, but I've made them.
Actually has. And in what probably is intended to be a really well-meaning attempt to give back to the modding community, yesterday Valve announced that not only will Steam Workshop begin supporting paid mods, Skyrim will be the first game that they'll be supported for.
Bethesda community manager Matt Grandstaff made the announcement via Steam, saying, "Many of our fans have been modding our games since Morrowind for over 10 years. Hey, that's me. They now have the opportunity to earn money doing what they love, and all fans have a new way to support their favorite mod authors."
That sounds nice, but then there's this part. Unlike other curated games on Steam that allow users to sell their creations, this will be the first game with an open market. It will not be curated by us or Valve. It was essential to us that our fans decide what they want to create, what they want to download, and what they want to charge.
And Achievement Hunter is really big fans.
They are huge fans of this.
I mean, was that well-meaning? Absolutely. You put it in the hands of gamers? Rad. Did the internet immediately blame it? Of course they did.
We fully get what they're trying to do, though. There are mods out there that have modders that have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on creating new geography, recreating the entirety of Morrowind, updating the graphics to keep age away, making everyone naked. That's my favorite. Why shouldn't they get to charge for their work?
Well, for starters, there weren't so much hiccups with this launch as, well, pileups.
Like the price. Currently, Skyrim is $4.99 on Steam. Sure, that is 75% off a regular $20 price, but the point is that you can buy the game for $5.
How does that fit in with your $1 an hour spool?
And it's even free to play for the weekend.
You know what mods cost? The popular Midas Magic Gold Edition mod alone is going to cost you $5.99. Wet and Cold, $4.99. Orisa the Wandering Rogue, $4.99. Any one of those mods are going to set you back as much or more as buying the actual game. And sure, there are a lot of mods that cost less, like, $2 for a suit of shadow scale armor or $1 for a butterfly sword, but come on, even that adds up quick. Horse armor is looking pretty good now, isn't it?
The community, very, very predictably, is irate. There are not one, but there are multiple Change.org petitions appealing to Lord Gaben, who must be deliberately trying to punish gamers. They want him to pull a boss and ditch this whole thing. It's a petition, so it's gotta work, right?
Right, well, there are a bunch of other people who are now making mods, adding Lord Gaben into Skyrim just so you can kill him, because that's a healthy way to express your concerns.
Seriously, that's kind of a little bit fucked up.
That's really fucked up. The concern, however poorly expressed, isn't without merit, though. There are a lot of glaring concerns.
Sure, legal risks and IP infringement for starters. But guys, what's the first thing people do with mods?
Dicks! Lots of dicks!
All dicks.
Schlongs of Skyrim!
Right, okay, well, everybody has dicks. Everybody has dicks first. What's the second thing?
Well, more dicks. Actually,
Hold on, let me see what else I got.
I found a mod that adds genitalia to all the horses in Skyrim. Ever seen a big juicy vulva on a horse?
No, but I will later tonight for the price of $4.99 probably.
But for that, you get all kinds of sizes and hair.
Yeah.
There's
After
a
dicks.
whole section of dicks, and then what's right behind that?
IP infringement. Raw,
Yeah.
juicy Spider-Man, Iron Man, My Little Pony.
Macho Man Randy Savage is in there at some point. Yeah, this is a whole bag. I can't believe that Valve is even interested in entering into this. The cease and desist are going to get crazy now that money's involved. It's actually really ballsy of both Valve and Bethesda even consider this, really.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I mean, some of the most popular ones add a TARDIS to the game, a Buster Sword, they turn the dragons into My Little Ponies, or they add Middle Earth to the game. All that stuff that makes mods extra awesome. And guess what? Those have largely skated by in the past because no one makes any kind of money off of them, at least not directly. No one wants legal teams to have any reason to look at the mod community more closely.
And not only that, but you have to worry about mods infringing on each other. I mean, a lot of mods regularly borrow from one another, or they require another mod to run. A lot of mods require something called Skyrim Script Extender, and one of the mods that's gone premium, Wet and Cold, actually uses this extender. A bunch of other ones build on existing mesh mods or graphics mods, or they work in tandem. You get the idea.
This is a great, big, leaning tower of awesome. It needs one issue to bring it all just toppling down. And it's already happening. One of the first paid mods, Chesko's fishing mod has been pulled because it uses assets from 4's new idols in Skyrim mod. That's in one day.
And gamers do have a right to be concerned about that kind of thing. I mean, there are also reports that people are either stealing mods and putting them up as premium, or they're breaking up mods that were that were previously like one to sell them separately.
Never heard of that
It's
before.
a whole big mess. And there's no regulation around that kind of thing. The PC's always been the like wild west. You do what you want, you break stuff, you change the games, and you do it all for free.
Well, and the platform and the developers saying they're not actively curating. It's an open market, so just go nuts. How can people not take advantage of that in bad ways?
Right, they absolutely will. And you know, look, we're used to things like paying for expansions here and there. Microtransactions have largely stuck to their little free-to-play corners, and PC gamers have been laughing about how console gamers have to pay for every little thing, and then this happens.
And even worse, you really don't know what you're getting. At least with DLC and microtransactions, you can be confident that they work. Mods are like playing roulette in a lot of ways, except all the bullets are fighting each other and they're fighting you.
Is the situation really all that dire though, Lawrence?
Not really, it's just disruptive. It's the first time something like this has been tried, so of course it's going to be like that gif where the dude walks into the room with pizzas and everything's on fire and there's somebody dead in the corner and somebody's hanging from the ceiling. It's just going to take a while for it to sort itself out. The internet can be very good at self-policing.
Yeah.
There's just this period of rancor in the meantime.
And it kind of worked a little bit better when there wasn't money involved. Now all of a sudden, this is where things are going to get really ugly really fast. And policing does work on a certain level, but I believe me, I think people should get paid for their work, but usually donations are the best way. Doing a paywall for content that can have questionable assets is probably not the best thing to do right now.
Well, you can't take 75% of donations either.
Yeah, Valve and Bethesda get 75% of all of that. Disney's gonna sue them, right? I mean, right?
Right. I mean, they're making more money than anybody from it. And it's not like suddenly, though, if you look at the way modders approach this, it's not like suddenly every mod is reaching for your pockets. No one is making modders charge for their work here, and most of them probably won't. On Steam Workshop alone, there are more than 25,000 Skyrim mods.
That's a lot.
17 of them are now paid, with another 34 under review. A good portion of which are clearly jokes, by the way.
They're like apples or golden potatoes.
They're under review, but remember, it's not curated. There are more than 36,000 on Skyrim Nexus, and none of those need your credit card.
And will there be more of them in the future? Yeah, absolutely. Will it be the majority? Probably not anytime soon, and even though the prices are ridiculous right now, they'll sort themselves out when nobody wants to pay that much. And frankly, if people do want to pay that much, well, that's their money and their choice. But more likely, a new layer of premium mods will emerge from modders who don't have to move from mods into game development now just to make ends meet. And that's actually really great for everyone, isn't it?
All right, well, obviously we have a lot of opinions about it. Some of us are right, some of us are not so right in Los Angeles. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
If you want to get more awesome news and videos, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel. We'll keep you in the know, and then you'll be a smarty pants.
Or you can modify it, then charge other people more money for it.
Yeah, re-upload this video and then monetize it, assholes.
Get some horse dicks.